All right, good evening, everyone. This is Eric Prusak. We'll be getting started here in just a minute. We've got a great webinar lined up for you guys. This is a True Health webinar with the Enagic web system. We'll be getting started here in just a minute. I'm doing a mic check and a few other things. If you want to go ahead and let me know in the chat room there if you can hear me okay. Do I sound good? We'll get started here in just a minute, folks. I see all of you pouring in. Welcome to the True Health webinar. Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Loy. Much appreciated, guys. Good evening. Good evening out in Oklahoma. All right. Welcome, Susie. Jofani, welcome. Chris, how you doing, brother? Jess, John, Diane, Loy. I said hi to you already, but hello again. Welcome, guys. We'll be getting started in just a minute. Carol, welcome. Carl, Clayton. Clayton says he can't hear me, but everybody else can. Is that right? Guys, just so you know, on the left-hand side, there's an app for Webinar Jam. Go ahead and click that, and you can load up the chat room. Can you guys see that okay? So you can interact with our guests tonight?
It's the one with the lightning bolt.
Yeah, I think I got it.
All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Mikey, welcome. Jess. We'll be getting started here in just a minute. We've got a great call lined up for you. Some awesome guests and people that are going to share their story of success with you tonight. Awesome people doing awesome things. I just love the Enagic family. How you doing, Todd?
I'm amazing. Super stoked to be here again.
You're always amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you. So what's going on in your world, man? I mean, like, what's happening out there? I know you're busy as a bee, especially since our last webinar.
Absolutely. I had a wonderful call this morning with the Lynette Rutledge and the Sam Michaels group. That was amazing. Starting off the day right, and then had back-to-back appointments all day long, enrolling people into what's possible for them. I'm committed to standing for others and what's possible.
Nice.
Offering them true health, and it's just gorgeous. It doesn't get any funner than that.
Darn right, man. Darn right. So we're just waiting for Jilly to pop in here. We hope she can make it. I believe that she's tried it again. Dillon, she might have to close out her browser completely and come back. I'm not sure what's happening there, but I sure hope she can make it.
I'll reach out to her.
Yeah. All right. Well, I welcome some more people. I think your mom is out there. Hello, Marilyn, Susan, Justiana, Mikey, Shirley. Lots of people rolling in. Hey, John, how you doing, brother? All right. This is Eric. I'm calling in, or at least on video from right outside Charleston, Isle of Palms Beach, South Carolina, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of get things going and rolling here. We've got some great guests. We're waiting for Jilly to join us, but we do have my man Dillon Auxier out there in Newport Beach. How you doing, brother?
How you guys doing tonight? Stoked to be here.
Doing fantastic. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
so what's happening out there in Newport Beach?
It's getting pretty crazy out here. Actually, we're starting to really see some pretty dynamic growth. A lot of new people are starting to get extremely fired up, and it's really cool. You know, it's just a lot of those original people, and I know everyone on here knows I'm talking about, who you kind of show to are kind of really fully coming around to it, seeing a bunch of their friends get on board, and now they're fired up to be a part of this movement just because it's so powerful. So I'm super excited about that.
Well, now I know you got your roommates out there, Colton. Colton just got, what, 6A2 status, right? Where's he at? Is he back there somewhere?
Allegedly youngest in company history. I don't know about that, but
and how old is Colton then? You guys are 25, right? Something around there?
24. Colton's 25.
Oh man, that's so awesome! It's great to see the youth getting into this, getting involved. We got a whole phone line here of young people, but that's awesome. I mean, this for you guys to reach 6A. You're 6A as well. I had a chance to talk to about your success the other day and all the things that you're doing there. And we also have one of your big-time team builders there, Kalen, out of Kalen out of Louisiana. How you doing, hon?
Awesome. How are you?
Doing good. It's good to see you. What's happening out there?
A lot of big things. We came out here on a road trip, ended up staying. We opened up a store, and I have to tell you, the city of Hammond and Louisiana, this is something that they've been needing, you know, and it's about to blow up big out here. I'm very proud of my team.
I'm proud of you. I mean, so you're going to launch your own water store. Is that up and running yet, or what's the status?
Casey and I have it scheduled for around October 1st.
God, that's exciting.
Yeah, very, very excited.
Nice, nice. So you're going to be where at in Louisiana?
Hammond, Louisiana, downtown Hammond, right next to the railroad tracks and all the exciting events going on.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you, hon. So you're 5A on your way to, were you 4A on your way to 5A right now?
Yes.
Congratulations. Absolutely fantastic. So you and Jilly, hopefully she gets to join us. Jilly Hight will be joining us hopefully here pretty soon. She is a 5A as well, and she has a great story to tell and share. But Dillon, these are your teammates here. You guys are killing it out there. So what I want to do, man, is the first thing I want to do is start talking about, you know, let's hear about your plan. Like, what have you been doing to create this success? I know that you're leading with the business. You're leading with that passion and that purpose and the heart that is the center of Enagic, and you've got true health all the way through and through, bro. I mean, you and I talked about that, healthy mind, body, finances, on your webinar the other night. Fantastic job. I really love your energy, man. Tell us about what's happening and how you approach this business. Start from the beginning.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, so basically this has been something where I kind of stumbled, really did kind of stumble into Enagic. It was something where I was coming upon the end of my senior year, and I'm very entrepreneurial by nature, so I kind of wanted to see, I wanted to do things on the side, and I realized that if I had a 9-to-5, it just wasn't a realistic kind of goal, you know? I mean, I just saw so many of my friends starting up these 9-to-5s, and they'd be making $3,500 a month, and they'd be miserable, and they'd think that that was really what it was all about, you know, serving some big corporation and just having this title. So for me, it was a little bit different. So once I was introduced to Enagic and I kind of saw it, and I saw the product and what it did, because it took me 7 months to get involved, just because I'm a very, very hard-headed person. I'm sure you guys haven't dealt with any of those people in your business, but where it took me quite a while to come around to the idea that you know, the water could be so different and so dynamic and have so many different qualities that could really benefit human life the way that our company is, you know. So that really spoke to me, and once I really started seeing that actually happen and really got to see it around me, it was just the most powerful thing. And then even more than that, you go into corporate Enagic, and it's this family of just the most caring people. Michael Baranda is one of my closest friends now. You know, someone who's a main manager who he just genuinely loves the company, and anyone who just is passionate about Kangen and just lives Kangen, he's gonna embrace that, and it's awesome. So I mean, we're a part of just such an amazing movement, and I mean, you got people all over. You know, I mean, I've never met Todd, but I've heard amazing things about him. You know, I mean, I've met one of his people on his team, Greg Bogart, amazing person. You know,
yeah, I love Greg. He's awesome.
Oh my gosh, you get to meet these amazing people, and it's crazy. The successful people in this business are the nicest people I've ever met. Cindy Berganti is the nicest people I've ever met. There's no wonder why she's doing so well. It's because these people just have genuine, good hearts. So for me, it kind of started at that foundation. You know, it was that to really understand what we're doing is we're delivering this like message of passion more so, and we are with the three healths. You know, your physical health is important, your financial health is extremely important, your spiritual or mental health. Are we getting some reverb on that?
You're okay. Keep going.
Okay. Anyways, so like I said, so what I've seen the biggest thing, I mean, and I wanted Kalen to come on because she's a prime example. Jilly is too. I hope that she can come in. I don't know if it's going to happen. I hope so.
She's in the chat room right now, and I'm not sure what's going on. I'm working with her, so I'm not ignoring you. I might be shuffling around here, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, no worries. Anyways, so really what's built this kind of dynamic thing is this team aspect that our entire team has, where it's just everyone kind of bonding together, helping one another. And the thing is that I've seen these two girls go from just being very, very reserved, very not necessarily going to be ones to go out and just talk to a ton of people into these amazing leaders, you know, and it's the most incredible transformation that you get to see in this business, to see someone go from just expanding and getting uncomfortable and getting outside their shell to being this independent leader where they're, you know, packing up and moving to Louisiana and opening a water store, you know, I mean, you just don't see that very often. So it's been amazing with that. And then, yeah, Eric, do you have anything you want to kind of discuss on it?
Well, I just fixed an echo issue. Hopefully everything's better, Dillon. They're saying you're echoing, but I believe that's probably going to clear up. Guys, when you hear us talking, please let us know. Unfortunately, this is the way technology goes. Sometimes it's not perfect. So hopefully that fixes our issue tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with the feedback, but yeah, man, so let's talk about I kind of got lost there a little bit, Dillon, because I was trying to get Jilly in. But
the next, we'll just go on to kind of the next thing I kind of wanted to discuss is our company. Okay, so Enagic itself is, and Eric, you and I were talking about this. It's probably the most unique company I've ever seen in the network marketing industry, like bar none. Like I don't think I've ever. And I've been now that you have, when you have success in one network marketing company, you kind of get pitched by everyone on Facebook. They just they send you messages, you know, hey, check out my opportunity. And I'm now fascinated by the industry, so I love to just dig in and just look at stuff. I mean, Enagic is going to be my one and only network marketing company I ever do, hands down. But it's something where it's good to kind of understand the industry and where these people are coming from. And it's just crazy, kind of what these people are how they buy into kind of some of this stuff. You know, I don't know if you guys know what's going on with BEMA right now, but the it's kind of a big deal for our industry. You know, the FTC is cracking down on BEMA, but what I did a post today in our Race to 6A2 group, and basically what we were talking about is, you know, BEMA, it was 81% of their consumers were affiliates or business builders. Okay, so, and that's 81% of everyone that was doing that, right? Whereas in Enagic, 90% of the people that get machines are just end users, are product users. So that just speaks volumes about how powerful our product is. You know, we have this incredible product with an even more amazing business opportunity attached to it, whereas all these other companies, they have to lead with this, opportunity, 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 and they just have, and we have these crap products. You know, we have, you know, energy drinks. You know, so that was just very interesting to me, the difference kind of with that. And really, if you guys are kind of thinking, you know, well, it's kind of different, we can't really compare, and you guys are absolutely right. We represent a company that actually is licensed medical equipment in Japan. You know, it's something that, like I said, nothing else out there. I haven't seen anything even close to it yet. So I mean, it's just, I mean, Todd, what are your thoughts on this? You've been in this for a while. I kind of want to know where your head is at on this.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, man. You said it real good, because we do have the best tangible product in the world. And so we have the best opportunity in the world, and Enagic has the highest payout in the world when it comes to network marketing by far, which they're wanting everyone to succeed and get true health. So the opportunity is killer. But the good news is, the big cherry on top is this amazing product that we really have. You know, you said it good. We have the best product in the world. So there's something here for everyone, whether they want it all, or they just want the best water in their hands, or if they want to get their entire life out of it. If they want the best opportunity with the quickest and the strongest payout, we have that as well. And we support whatever anyone wants to be up to. And that's why I love Enagic. It's the unifying factor. Then it just blows my mind every day how many different kinds of people get involved.
It's so true. There's so many different unique people that are kind of involved in this company, and it's awesome to see anyone can succeed. I mean, I've seen anyone, just from someone who's been a bagger at a grocery store to, you know, someone who's already had success in other businesses, you know, who is a multimillionaire, who doesn't need to do this business, who does it for fun, you know. And it's something because there's something that is intangible about a purpose being fulfilled, you know, actually getting out there and really making a difference and changing people's lives, you know. And I know that those people that are on here that have been doing this for a while, there's nothing like receiving one of those phone calls that's like, you'll never guess what the water did for this, you know, you'll never guess what happened with my cousin, with my aunt. And that is better than any check that we can get. And the checks that we get are pretty substantial, so that's kind of saying something, you know, but you can't put a price on that. You know, you change someone's life, and that's the most important thing. So the next thing I kind of wanted to talk about is just how since we're talking about the business and we're kind of on that aspect, I kind of want to go into the team building process. And one thing that I read the other day that's like, it's been sticking in my head, you know, it goes like this. It goes, everything in life happens twice. Once in your head and then once in reality. So really, if you look at it, and I got to watch this process because I've known Colton since he was about 16. We both played volleyball together, so we've known each other for a very long time. But it's something where I've watched him grow this vision that he had, and that's what it takes with this company. You have to really see yourself as being this leader, someone who people will follow, will listen to, and you can take the reins, and it's responsibility, but you have to understand that in business, the more responsibility that you can handle and the more value that you can provide to the marketplace, the more compensated you will be. It's not some magical formula, you know. You can't just get something for nothing. And so it's been awesome to see him grow this stuff. And now Lisana and I are our two cross lines. That's another thing too, is Lisana Locke. I don't know if a lot of you probably know who she is. She's
she's making it happen.
Unbelievable leader. Just one of the most, and her and I started about the same time. And we've just developed this amazing friendship. She's one of my best friends, you know, and it's like, and that's another thing too, is this is all about relationships. This isn't something where it's like a sale, you know. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but I'm not a big fan of a lot of sales training, because the thing is this isn't just a one-off. Hey, you know, you're at a car lot, I'm gonna sell this guy, I'm gonna close this guy, now it's done. This is someone that you're building a relationship with that's gonna be potentially in your business forever, and someone that you're going to want to see succeed. So you have to kind of, what I've done is I've kind of looked at it like, okay, how can I, because everyone's different, you know, there's no cookie cutter approach where you can be like, say this, now they're going to sign up. It's like, no, you know, you gotta come from the heart, you gotta be genuine, and people are going to be able to sense that, they're going to feel that, and they're going to want to be a part of that, you know. That's what
Absolutely.
And I thought, I mean, from what I've seen with Greg, I mean, obviously you guys are doing the exact same thing out there. I mean, he exemplifies that to the fullest, so it's awesome to see.
Yeah, well, I talked to Greg today, and he was excited that you was going to be on this call, all three of you today. He was stoked, and he couldn't say enough good things. He said, you know what, Todd, I'm going to tell you right now, that guy right there has the utmost integrity and is super authentic, a real dude. You'd love to meet him someday. So I'm glad meeting you over the World Wide Web right now, but we'll rendezvous in person.
Someday.
Yeah.
Hey, Jilly.
Yeah, she's coming. We got it. Sorry, man, I wasn't ignoring you, but working on getting her in.
Awesome.
Welcome, Jilly.
Hi.
Hopefully get your video feed going. Click your camera on if you can up at the top. There you go, hon. Welcome.
Yeah, you're good. I can see you.
Welcome to the call, Jilly. Good to have you here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
Kalen, I kind of wanted to hear, because, I mean, honestly, the one other thing, too, you guys, is it's amazing when you can just watch these leaders blossom and they just become so independent that you barely hear from them. So it's cool.
They're just having success.
Her and Jilly are so busy running their own businesses that they don't necessarily even need me for help, and that's not a bad thing at all, you guys. So Kalen and then Jilly, I want to kind of hear what you guys think about how you guys are building, what the relationship process looks like for you guys.
For us in Louisiana, it's actually going really well. Our team is absolutely amazing, and something that I learned is don't ever judge anyone. That's another thing I love about our team. You know, we give everyone a chance, we build relationships, and some of the people that, you know, we brought on board, and some of the biggest team builders that we have are people that you would never expect, you know. So I just want to, you know, say just keep it simple, you know, come from the heart, and don't judge anyone. Everyone deserves, you know, the same chance, and have fun. One of the most important things that I love about this company is being able to do it with your family and friends. Like, what other company in the world can you work with your family and friends and have fun and do it daily, and, you know, and make, you know, a good income to be able to, you know, support your family as well.
It's a beautiful thing.
100%. Jilly, what about you? I know you just put through a lot. You're putting through a lot this week.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention is not just like your team, you know, like accepting others, but also accepting where you're at. You know, before I did this, I mean, like you mentioned, I was super shy. I was the type to, you know, go to school. I worked my, yeah, through school. Didn't get a loan. I don't know if I can say that. Didn't get a loan, and I was so set on going to school, getting a good job. You know, I wanted to be an occupational therapist for kids, and I wanted, you know, to have that. Everybody thinks that that's the way life should be, but it's not. And when I had the turning point, it was when I found Kangen. Then I got to like realize that there was this little part of me that was inside that was waiting to come out and waiting to lead people and, you know, inspire people and motivate people, not just for other people, but I truly enjoyed it. And I didn't even know that I could be outgoing and that I could be, you know, outspoken or, you know, it was like I found myself. And if you're stuck in a certain way of life, no matter what age you are, this is the perfect opportunity to get out of your comfort zone, you know, try something new because you never know who's inside there, you know, that can be really good at this. Like Kalen said, the most unexpected people are. And it's like, oh my gosh, if you would have told me do a demo back when I was at 1A or 2A, I was like, no, you know, like, I don't want to speak in front of people. I used to sweat. I used to get all shaky and stuff, and now I just don't even think about it. Like, Kayla and I were talking today, like, what are we going to say? And it always just comes out perfectly, you know, and I just want to go back to, like, being genuine and being vulnerable. And if your team, you know, being vulnerable means, like, you know, show your weaknesses, learn from your failures. Don't be the person to give up from failing once. Just keep on going. And also be accepting so that your team feels that they can come to you with a problem. Like I had a girl call me today saying, hey, I'm super frustrated right now. You know, I don't live in this area. I need to know like where to go to get certain things. And it's like you just have to be as a leader accepting so that they can come to you. It's just like being a parent, I guess, for all these people. You know, they're lost and they don't know where to go. So if you're in this business in the beginning of it, trust me, you're not alone. A lot of people feel, you know, where do I go? What do I do? But once you have a leader that is leading you that way, it makes you feel good. You'll figure out your own way. You know, we're training you. Everybody trains different styles. Find your own. Compare and contrast. Like, watch every single video on YouTube, and people that you don't even know, you'll be like, oh, I like the way he said that, or oh, this resonates with me, instead of, oh, you have to do it this way and you have to do it that way, because I think everybody kind of has their own way. And as a leader, for me, it's like, okay, every single person on my team, what are they good at? What feels good to them? You know, last night I was training my people, and one of the girls was like, I don't like social media. I'm not comfortable with posting anything on social media. And I was like, okay, well, if you're not comfortable doing it, it's not going to seem genuine, so don't do it. You know, it's kind of like whatever you're comfortable with. I wasn't comfortable with posting on social media in the beginning too, but then I kind of got more comfortable and found my way, and now I like, if I hear a story, I want to post it. So it's cool to figure out who has, you know, that potential, and to see people not believe in themselves and then believe in them, and then they have the potential. It's really cool. So, yeah.
Awesome.
No, I hear you. And to kind of piggyback off what Jilly was saying too, because you did bring up a good thing about hearing multiple different perspectives and stuff, and I think that's extremely important. If you guys are big, if you guys like to read, if you guys like audiobook, if you guys don't like to read, listen to audiobooks, but try to be getting it at least 10 to 20 minutes in of positive info, you know, positive info, because we just get hit with so much crap on the news, in the newspapers, magazines. It's just a lot of it is very, very negative. So it's very, very important for us to kind of be consistently feeding yourself this positivity and this educational stuff where you can kind of, it gets you just in a better mindset overall, and people are going to be attracted to that. I noticed a really big difference once I started reading a ton and listening to a lot more audiobooks. And the thing is, dude, through that information, you can pick out what you really like and what you don't like, because like Jilly said, you know, no two people are the same. Everyone's kind of different. Everyone's going to have their own kind of style, and that's completely acceptable. You know, you just want them to be their best selves. That's the most important part.
I totally agree, and I love that. I love that, Jilly, especially how you're supporting and you're empowering people to go ahead and be their best authentic self, and whatever works for them. And I tell my people, it's not about however you want to do this. At the end of the day, it's your business. You get to choose and you get to decide. But it's not. There's not a wrong way or a right way. It's not wrong and right. But I always define it as heavy and light. What feels light to you? Well, that's going to be authentic. So roll with that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I like that a lot. Yeah, that's really good.
And Kalen, I love what you said about not being judgmental. And so many people make the mistake in this business because they're going to prejudge, which really they end up making a decision for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's so powerful that you recognize that, Kalen. To see 2 young, beautiful leaders, 3 of you, you in there too, Dixon, Dillon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome to have you guys.
It is.
Beautiful.
I think people, especially a younger generation, we're becoming more aware, and not just aware of other people, but aware of ourselves. And when you're more self-aware, you can be aware of other people. And that's one of the things that I love to study is like self-awareness and self-acceptance. I'll go on YouTube. That's like one of the things I do every day. I'll be driving in the car, go on YouTube, and look at, self-acceptance. And then it makes you aware of yourself so that maybe when you are talking to other people or you prospecting or something like that, if they act a certain way, you know why. So maybe you're telling them, about the water and they're kind of hesitant and you're like, okay, this person might have a negative, negative experience with MLM or something like that. And it kind of makes you like, okay, what's your experience, and then you start to listen. So it's good to start to get to know yourself too, because then you can help other people.
Absolutely.
I think one thing that I kind of want to transition now and talk about kind of something else. Just the title was why no's happen, or why people don't want to join your business or aren't into it. Because let's be real, people, that's what happens. This is something where you're not going to have statistically more people will not join your business than will. And Eric and I were talking about this. I'm going to use Lisana because, like I said, she's one of my best friends and she's absolutely crushing it in this business. So we were saying, this isn't a numbers game at all, but you can deduce it to numbers to look at and just to see what you're looking at, what you're up against, right? So basically what we were saying is, like, I go, Lisana, how many sales do you think you have in your organization? Now she's at probably closer to 225 or 250, but at the time she had 200. And so I said, okay, Lisana, that's fair. That's a good amount. And she's been doing it for just about a year and a month, I think. So I go, okay, how many people in that time span do you think that you've exposed to Kangen water? How many people? And she said, honestly, I've probably exposed probably 1,000 people. So 1,000 people. So 1,000 people being shown this amazing vehicle, this amazing product, everything that's amazing about our company, and 4/5 of that was still saying no. 4/5 still was saying no. So you have to understand that it's gonna happen. If you see this and you've seen this, you're one of the unique ones. You're one of the special ones, and you saw this potential, and you're in a very, very good spot. As long as you stay consistent and as long as you're genuine, coming from the heart, really trying to help people, you want to see and show this to as many people as possible. That doesn't mean that it gets deduced down to being ingenuine or something where you're not coming from the heart, because you're talking to so many people. It's something where you're coming from the heart, you're talking to all these people, and but it's just the amount of people that you're talking to, it's just so different. So I think it's so important. And I know, Eric, we were talking about that the other day, and it's just, that's kind of really how it goes. Todd, you've been doing this a long time. Can you give us your opinion? And then Kalen and Jilly too.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. I got goosebumps.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Awesomeness.
It's amazing to have all 3 of you on here, and you're all 3 at different places in America right now, or 2 of you in Cali.
Yeah, me and Jilly are up the street from each other.
Yeah.
Cool.
So awesome, man. Well, that's the thing. We're making a stance here, and it's all about being committed to what's possible for others. And so versus necessarily doing sales, yet I got out of more of doing sales, and I got more into offer and conveying true health and have so much fun. So one of the things I'll say to somebody when they want to hear about this opportunity, to try to bring their listening up and their walls down from the car salesman mentality. I'll say, hey, after they want to hear about this amazing opportunity, I'll say, listen, I've got something I'm going to share with you now. If you like what you see, go ahead and take it. If you don't like what you see, don't take it. We'll talk about something else. By starting it out that way with this opportunity, their listening goes up and their walls come down, and I'm just going to access to be real authentic with them. And then another access question I'll usually ask right out the gate is, I got one question for you before we go ahead and get started. Are you allergic to money? They usually laugh at that.
I love that. Yeah.
Nice.
Now I got access to go ahead and just talk about it. When I first started this business, I was so afraid to talk about the opportunity to make healthy finances. Well, that's 1/3 of true health. Healthy finances, healthy body, and healthy mind. Now that I'm not selling anymore as much and I'm more offering and conveying true health, it doesn't matter who says yes or no. All that matters to me is that they get to know about this opportunity in the day and time that they're living in, because the chances are they're probably in need of what we have to offer, whether it's either more time, more money, or more health. What do you need? What do you want? And I love to be able to offer. So when I do, this is powerful, when I do get no's, one thing I will say to these people, okay, great. Well, listen, I just want to let you know. Thanks for letting me have your time today. I want to let you know, remember this, I am committed to standing for what is possible for you in your life. Just remember that, because I'll be here if you change your mind. And you know what happens? A month goes by, and their world's breaking down there in the ordinary, and they come to the conclusion, nobody really cares about me, what's going on. But that Todd guy, he does. He says he's committed to standing for what's. Why am I telling him no? I think I'm going to find out what's possible. And he seems to be the only cat that cares. It's real powerful to have that stance.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. Yeah. Leading with the business, leading with the heart, leading with the 3 elements: healthy mind, body, finances. I love it every second.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention was a lot of people ask like how we sell it, and I don't know about Kalen, but I don't necessarily have an elevator pitch. Like, Kalen, what would you say? How would you say that we sold it?
I mean, honestly, we just share the water, and we build relationships. We find out, you know, what people's needs are in life, because everyone needs this product. It just depends on, you know, what they need it for, whether it's, you know, for the health issues, their family, you know, for the money, for the time freedom. Everyone has a different need. And even if they say no, I mean, most of the time, you know, Casey taught me no means not right now. I mean, eventually everyone will need this. It's just we build relationships that way. Like I think Todd was saying, like, you know, they'll come back when they're ready, you know, and we'll always be there for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I had this big binder when I first started, and I would put every single prospect in this big binder, and I would write like what they liked about it, what they didn't like about the water, what didn't work, whatever. So I went back last night and I looked in this binder, and 3 of my prospects in the very beginning who were my friends came back without even me asking. They just came back and were like, hey, I actually want to buy a machine. And I'm like, okay, you know, like people do come around, they're just not ready in that moment. And sometimes they need to see you succeeding in order to feel comfortable about, you know, starting a project with somebody who is new at it or something, you know. It's like they need to see your progress in order to think that they can do it too.
I've also noticed a lot of people will come back and they'll say, you know, after I left that day and, you know, you showed me that awesome presentation, I was at the gym and I saw someone with the water bottle, or I ran into a lady who had this problem and it went away. So, I mean, sometimes it just takes them leaving and hearing it from another source, and then knowing that we're there, they come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Powerful stuff. And keeping notes is an important thing. I keep telling people about that, how important it is to keep notes on your prospects.
Yeah.
But I won't get too far into that, but that's great. I'm glad to hear that you're doing that, Jilly, because, I mean, that's important. You know, you're building a relationship with people. You want to relate to them, and, you know, that's a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you're talking to somebody and you're following up, they're immediately feeling you. They feel like you're becoming their friend, and the relationship's being built, right, Dillon?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's the most important part, you guys, because that's that trust. That's that bridge of trust that gets established, you know. And you have to be genuine, and you have to come from a place where you're really trying to help them, you guys. And I'll just give you a quick example of that, okay? So I did a demo probably 6 months ago for these group of people, and one of the girls that was brought there by someone who's like a little bit deeper in my organization, okay? So I was like going, you know, no one, like maybe one person bought, no one seemed to show any much interest, but I had known this girl for some time, and she actually re-hit me up again that's about recently, probably like 2 weeks ago, and she goes, hey, look, I'm ready to get this machine, I'm ready to get rocking and rolling. And now the guy who originally showed her to me, he's on my team, but he hasn't been super active. You know, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He has a family and stuff. So, I mean, you have to understand that you can be in a situation where, you know, I could have taken this girl direct to me, no problem. And he would have had no idea. He would have never known. And she would have been in my 6A as opposed to deep on my 3A. And you guys have to understand that this happens in this company. And it's kind of sad because people are viewing, like, you know, the dollar amount more than, you know, the relationships that you establish and the trust that people put into you. You know, these two guys that originally got in, they worked their butts off, no doubt, and they threw some trust in. So, you know, this is one of his people. So I put her back. She sold like 4 machines today to one lady. So it's very, very deep organization, but you have to understand that.
That's awesome.
I know, yeah. It's crazy. She's from a very, very wealthy area. So that's another thing, too, is I knew that I saw it in her. I saw that she is going to do amazing things. But what this is doing now is the 2 friends that I had brought in, this woman is below, are so fired up now. You know, they're they're back alive. You know, they're back in the game, and that's what it's about, because that was that original passion, that fire that I saw in them, and now they're both just crushing it. You know, they've regained the momentum. You know, they have a ton of people coming, and it's really cool to see, you know, because you can look at that short-term dollar amount, and I could have said, oh, yeah, I'll put her direct to me. You know, I probably would have ended up making, you know, what, 6,000, 7,000 from that, you know. But I would much rather be not making anywhere close to as much and really be seeing my 2 other people really blossom and really grow into what I know they can be, you know. And that's where it comes from, and I feel like that's kind of almost the universe testing us in these ways, you know. I think that we get put into these situations where I don't believe in coincidences. Like, there's no way. There's some stuff that's happened where it's just there's no way. That is just certain things that line up, and I'm sure you guys have all experienced the exact same thing. So and I love it, you know, and it's beautiful, and you just have to accept it for what it is, and you just, like I said, it all comes back down to being honest, being genuine, and just being passionate, you know, and that's what's going to get people fired up. That's what's going to get people to follow you, and then when you do get to that point where you're a leader and you're making good money and stuff, it's time to pass off the baton and really empower your leaders. I see some leaders that have this stranglehold on some of their team members where they're not really empowering them for their true potential and their true leadership skills and how they could potentially be better than them, you know. And I don't know if it's an ego thing, I don't know if it's what it is, but you know, you do see it, and I know that both of you guys have seen that, I'm sure, in this industry. So it's something where I mean, you got to come from a place where, I mean, the better Jilly does and the more independent she is and the better leader she is, the more excited I am. So anything I can do to help her or Kalen, same exact thing, anyone on my team. That's the thing, is like, and that's where the power is in this, you know? So.
Yeah, and it's like when you reach a certain level, you want everybody to be where you're at. Like, it's not having attention anymore, you know. Maybe we're not the only one that does the presentation, you know, the attention's being passed off, like you said. And when Kalen started doing it, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, you know, because people duplicate what you did, and that, it's like having, you know, this is a leader that worked with me, made my business, you know. When she got on board, then I started to realize, oh, well, now I need to be a mentor. And then that's when, you know, and then she realizes she needs to be a mentor, and then it's like on and on and on.
That's amazing. Dillon, Greg Bogard told me that you were a huge man of integrity, and you just showed us your true colors right there, brother. I really appreciate your heart, man. Big time.
Yeah.
I've always said it, and I'll say it again. The biggest payoff in this company, by far, is complete fulfillment through fellowship of amazing people I now have in my life that I would never have had otherwise. And so we get the real shot to contribute to other people's lives, man, and it don't get any sweeter than that. So, brother, the fact that you recognize that, I love your heart, man. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. You know, so there's some questions coming in here too, and I know you had a couple other points you wanted to make. You have to take off here pretty soon, Dillon, or?
Yeah, I got to head on like 5. I'm doing a demo in a second for a bunch of people, but yeah, I saw one of the questions I saw was, do we promote UCON equally as well? And the question is, if you're gonna do this business, and I tell people this all the time, I say, if you're gonna be in this business and you want to actually build a successful organization, you need to be on UCON #1, just because it's gonna always qualify that, like business strategy purposes. You always have to be on it just to consistently qualify that leg. God forbid you didn't have a direct sale in 90 days. Now, and #2, it's probably one of the best supplements that you can take, and it replaces a multivitamin. So it's an amazing product. Like it's really, really awesome. So I mean, you know, you're getting the best of both worlds there, you know. And so I definitely do that. And then also the Spa as well. You know, if someone is very concerned about their chlorine, you know, and just because skin's the largest organ on your body, you guys, and it's something where we're showering a lot in chlorinated water, and your skin absorbs the majority of that chlorine. So it's something where you want to take it seriously, you know.
You know, eventually you get all 3 products. I mean, that's the bottom line. I've been here for 10 years. I've bought the products multiple times. I've got several machines from here to Costa Rica. I've got, you know, all of the products, and everybody ends up doing that. So what I love about, and people are asking about Trifecta. Of course, we have Todd in the house. You know, the Trifecta Master. People are asking if you guys are doing Trifecta, and I know that you and I talked about that, Dillon. You know, and I'd love to hear your take on that here in a second. But really, when you think about what we're doing here, we're leading with the business. So we're providing a dream, not selling a dream. I like to say providing a dream, because we're not selling it. We're actually providing it. It's something that's going to change their lives in ways they've never experienced before. And then we're giving them a product that's going to enrich their lives. They're going to have amazing results taking and using these products, okay? I've been here 10 years. I've seen it. I've heard so many stories. I can't even say half the things. I'm not allowed to. What happens when you drink this water and you take the UCON and you shower and you enjoy that spot? It's unbelievable what happens to the skin, the hair, all that stuff. So we have a package that nobody else on the planet has out there. I mean, not only that, but the amount of money that people can make, the generous compensation that Mr. Oshiro has put forward, the patented 8-point compensation plan, which is mind-blowing. All of these elements come into place to create what we call the True Health Formula, which is what we're talking about. The True Health Webinar is all about sharing that True Health Formula with the world. And I just unplugged my audio 1 second. So, you know, all right. I lost my train of thought there, but it's a gorgeous thing, man. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what are you guys doing what do you think about the Trifecta, where you're coming in and you're getting them set up for power right off the bat. You're getting them all 3 products up front. I think it's awesome, but we'd like to hear your take on it, Dillon. What do you think? Yeah,
I think it's good. Honestly, I don't have a ton of Trifectas on my team. One of the main reasons is that there's some people where it would definitely, our demographic too, where it would really put them in a significantly financially kind of uneasy position. But if someone's approved for like a good amount on Comerica or wherever it is, then yeah, I mean, it's always the first thing that we kind of talk about, you know, is like, hey, you want to get this started, we'll get you a few people lined up, and boom, boom, now all of a sudden you're 2A, you know, bam, 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 just start hammering it out. And I know that, I mean, what Todd and Matt and, you know, Greg are doing over there is amazing, because you're really showing that you're investing, you know, and as an investment, you're really getting back this amazing product, but you're getting to join this amazing movement, you know, and I think that's amazing. I guess I gotta take some training notes from you and Greg, because I gotta get some more.
Yeah. I was gonna hop on to Todd over here, because I want him to share just a couple things. We do have a lot of new people on here, Todd. You are dubbed now by me the Trifecta Master. You know, what I love about this particularly, and what a lot of people love about it, is you know, you guys are showing them essentially how to get their money back within 30 days, how they can literally invest less than the price of a machine, and you can explain how that works in a second. But at K8, they can get in this business and have all 3 products for less of the price of the K8, and you show them how they can get their investment back in 30 days and duplicate just like that. Because that's the name of the game with the True Health Formula is duplication. So share with us just a short synopsis of how that works for you, man, for everybody else on the line.
Well, first of all, you're never going to do a trifecta if you don't get that people is the point and their life is the point. Mm-hmm. And the reason that someone would come in on the trifecta is to be on the fast track to get their life out of it the quickest. The strongest, fastest setup for the strongest, fastest return. We just at least offer it, okay? And I love to show people how they can get into this business by starting with the most expensive entry level first, being the trifecta. Now we can always scale down from there. But if you came in on the trifecta and shared it with 2 of the right people that duplicated to 2 people, your trifecta is free, just that quick.
That's right.
But if you came in on the trifecta and you knew 3 people that wanted it, that each knew 2 people, and you did that in 30 days, your commission would be $15,500 starting out as a 1A. So the trifecta, the price of it just goes away, especially if we can get you financed interest-free for a year or 2. So we really don't want the trifecta or a single machine or UCON or the spa. No matter what you come in, we don't want it to cost you anything. And so we try to get people financed on whatever level's comfortable for them to come in, but we want to share with them all their options. And so there's going to be some people that see the vision of this and they want to take it by storm and get on the fast track to get their return and get their life out of the deal. Others just, quite frankly, want all 3 products. They get them all 3 over the course of time anyway, so we might as well at least offer them to get it out of the gate. So, you know, we're at least offering it, and I'm telling you, we got a lot of people that's doing it. I mean, we've got a lot of young kids in this business, like 19, 20, 21, that's all doing the trifecta.
And the biggest point is they go 2A right off the bat. I mean, so, you know, they're in a position of 2A, they're making more money right off the bat, and then all they got to do is bring in some people and duplicate.
And the difference is, versus their first commission check being $285, now it's $1,120 out the rip. So, you know, they deserve to know that that's an option for them, and we offer that with support. But at the end of the day, we want them to feel real good. We want them, what feels light to you?
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's important. You know, there's no wrong way to do this either. You know, it's there's a lot of people that have different approaches. What I love about it, again, is that we have all of these options, all of these amazing things that we can do, all these ways that we can approach it. But I think ultimately the best way for, you know, to lead would be exactly what we're talking about, relating to the person and their financial situation and what they want to create in their lives, and take it at that level. Right, Dillon?
Absolutely. And one thing, too, that I kind of want to just let everyone know is just, because I have to take off in a second, but this is something, too, that for some reason I see people in this company kind of doing this sometimes, but they have this mindset of, like, scarcity, and this, like, you know, that there's just limited amount, and that if other people have success and see success, that they're hindered to their full potential of success, which is just the complete antithesis of what you guys should be thinking, okay? You guys got to come at it with an attitude of abundance, and everyone that is in this chat right now could go well over 6A, and we would still have a lot of work to do in the United States to get machines in people's houses, you guys. A lot, like a ton. Like, it's like, seriously, like, Orange County wouldn't even come close to filling up if everyone in this chat had got to 6A, you know? So it's something where we got to get out of that mindset, and you got to get into a zone of just being like, hey, you know what, I want to see others succeed as much as possible, and I want to surround myself with that, because that's what breeds that success, you know. So I love you all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Much love.
Todd, you guys are the man. All right, off to do a demo, guys. Wish me luck.
Hey, good luck, brother. Thank you for coming. I'll touch base with you soon.
All right,
How you doing, brother?
All right.
Bye now.
Good luck, everyone. Kill it.
All right, all right. So, man, that was a real treat to have him on here. He's got a great energy. Daryl actually met him in California at the 6A meeting in Torrance here recently, and he came back and told me about him, so we connected. And awesome guy. Totally, you might want to check out his webinars, and of course his team is really growing and doing amazing things. And I'm just glad that Jilly and Kalen are here, and I'd love to talk to you guys some more if you don't mind. Do you want to hang out for a bit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what we'll do is we're gonna pay attention to the chat here, Todd. If you'll help me look for any decent questions, this is their opportunity to ask us questions. Try to keep it on point with what we're discussing here with our guests. But I'd like to hear about your plans. What do you guys? What's your action plan for the next 30 days to 6 months?
Well, my action plan for my team in Louisiana is to get the store open and get as many people as possible, through the front door, because at the end of the day, the more people, that we can get down here, the more people we can help. And as Dillon was saying earlier, if you hear like other people succeeding and
Oh, I think is she still there? Did she drop off?
I think she dropped off.
Okay, what about you? Well, hopefully she'll be able to pop back in. I'll send her a text here. Go ahead.
No,
What's your action plan?
She's opening her water store and stuff, and she
exciting.
has this whole group of people. She actually has a group of elderly women that are like hustlers in this, like just love sharing it with people, love like so social. It's actually pretty cool. But what I'm doing is I'm going to San Diego. I'm trying to open up in Orange County here, we have somebody that does demos every week, and it's kind of nice because people can count on inviting there, knowing that it's not going to get canceled or anything. So I'm trying to do that in San Diego in the next couple months. And then also I have a few best friends that moved to Denver, California, and we know the water is great there already. So if you add Kangen on top of that, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So just spreading and branching out, being a source for other people so that, they get into the business different areas so that they have somewhere to go, and creating kind of like a family everywhere you go, not just like a sales team or you have goals to meet every week. Like I'm trying to create friends that interact with each other and socialize. As a leader, I'm kind of figuring out that it's not just like leading people on how to sell or anything like that. It's more like being there for them personally too. Relationship problems, family problems. Life does get in the way with this sometimes, and you get busy, and you won't sell some machines for 1 or 2 months, but you just don't stop doing it. And if you're new in the beginning, be resourceful. Look up YouTube videos. One thing that I really like that you guys are doing is interviewing other people, and so that people can see that it's not just, something that they heard about. Like this is really a health movement, and sharing this product, it's holistic, it's natural. My brother used to take a ton of medication. He has Tourette syndrome, and now he's completely off of him. He doesn't take them anymore, but growing up, kids with ADHD are on medication, and that's just like, the whole movement isn't just this water, it's health in general, and medication just happens to be negative about it. So but yeah, action plan, San Diego, Denver, hopefully Australia within the next year, so if anybody lives there.
That sounds exciting. So you're 5A, and I hear you're almost 6A.
Yeah.
Can I ask how old you are? Are you same age as Dillon and all those guys? 20, 25, somewhere around? Oh, cool. Yeah. So I think that's just awesome. I feel old right now, but oh boy, yeah, I'm 38, so but it's good to see the youth finally catching on to this.
Yeah,
it's good to see.
It's crazy too because a lot of the people I'll stand. I used to do them at gyms, and people be like, "Oh, how old are you?" Like we've had our machine for about 7-8 years, and then they'll tell me their stories, and they're like, we've been to those meetings before, and they're all older people, and now they're seeing that a lot of younger people are becoming aware, and it's like, it's really cool to see, because a lot of people are, not everybody that is in that older generation of baby boomers, but a lot of people are closed-minded because of, they had maybe a bad experience with an MLM company back when or something, so they kind of look at you like, no, not even gonna try it. I've heard it all, and it's just funny because the way that I shared the water with my friend's mom, I just hung out with her, and I was like, you can ask me whatever you want, and she did, and she was like, okay, well, I can see potential in this. This isn't just a company trying to sell the opportunity or sell the business. It's more like, we have a great product. It's really easy to accidentally sell this, so it's kind of like, it's an easy thing. I couldn't even imagine selling Herbalife or something that I just didn't take, because I don't take supplements either. So it's like, yeah, this product is awesome. I mean, obviously I've been drinking mine. I try and drink a gallon a day, be a product of the product.
Yeah, that's why I got this right here. This half gallon.
Yeah.
2 of these a day. Yeah, well, that's awesome. So working with younger people, so you're looking for people that are young but ready to go, vibrant, like wanting, because a lot of young people don't know what they want to do with their life, and 25 is about the time where you start figuring that out. I remember, and then by 30 you better have something figured out. So you're looking for people that are looking that know where they want to go. Is that right? Did we lose her, Todd?
It looks like
she froze up for a second. Well, that's just fantastic, Todd. What do you think? I mean, it's so awesome. I love these guys. I love these this young energy. I love what they're doing and the fact that they're creating success at their age. I started my business many years ago, about the same time that they are in the web development industry, and I've been, it's just good to see other people doing it.
Well, and I want this to be a huge encouragement for everyone that's watching.
That's right. Yeah.
People that are older, because for so long in this business, everyone has overlooked the younger generation, and thinking that, well, they don't have any money, or they don't have this settle, they're just too busy doing other things in life. But I want this to be an encouragement to everyone out there, that young people are loaded with dreams and visions still, and they're just looking for an opportunity or a vehicle to take it there. Their yeses are higher, their teachability and coachability index is higher. They're just looking for an opportunity. And so now we're seeing this big shift of this whole young generation getting enrolled into what's possible for them through Enagic. And it's absolutely beautiful. We've got some people from Dayton, Ohio watching in tonight, and we've had a handful of people quit working Chipotle. There's nothing wrong with Chipotle. I eat it once a week. And the point being is, though, everyone has different dreams and visions, but they're not overwhelmed with extra opportunity and possibility. That's why everyone deserves to at least hear about this good news about what could be possible for them. And this is why we want to continually stand for what's possible for other people with them genuinely know. So it looks like Jilly's back. Jilly.
Hey, Jilly.
What happened?
Well, you froze up and you were right on point. So, but welcome back.
Thanks.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Todd and I were just talking about how great it is to see, everyday people tapping into this. And honestly, what I really think it's about a lot is it's about your approach. It's about the energy that you carry in your heart. See, a lot of people lead with the water, and I think that's fine. We've been doing that a long time. Product first, business second used to be kind of the thing that we did early on, and Enagic wanted us to initially to approach it that way. And there was nothing wrong with that. It was great. But what I saw happening with a lot of people is they're getting stuck in the, all the properties of the water. Guys, yes, the water is amazing. We have H2, we've got microcluster, we've got this, we've got that. You can call it whatever you want. Antioxidant, pH, we can go crazy on the science of this thing, and we can share that information with people. It tends to make it harder, whereas Todd, what I love about what you guys are doing is you're approaching people in a way that's like, it just makes sense right off the bat, because you're talking their language, and the rest comes so much easier. You don't have to share with them all the properties of the water. Is that right, Todd?
Yeah, and we're after real duplication, and it's the simple shift that we made is because we love Kangen water and we love the product, but the only thing we love more than Kangen water is people and their lives. So Jilly said it good earlier, is to be able to listen to people.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a question on here, what attracted me to the business? I'm not sure why I'm echoing. But
probably me again. I'm sorry. I've been having a little struggle tonight. But go ahead, hon.
So bye.
Sorry, guys.
I was actually dating Dillon when Colton was prospecting Dillon, and I've been approached by Herbalife and doTERRA and a lot of other Mary Kay, girly, products and companies, and I actually went to meetings, and I was like, I had no idea what MLM was until I got prospected on it, and so I'd see these commission structures, and I was just kind of like, you know what, this is I can't do that. Like, I'm not going to do it. It's not that I didn't think I couldn't. It's that I'm not passionate about. I knew right away that that just wasn't right. It just didn't feel right. And then when I saw Colton prospect Dillon, it was like, okay, this is interesting, you know. And Colton was very, like, mild at first. Like, you know, he was just, like, giving him the water. And then he started, you know, talking about the business. And in Dillon's mind, he's very entrepreneurial. And so, you know, I read the same books, and I kind of, like, looked at it like, okay, like, I see potential here. So I was interested. Yeah, I was interested. And I researched, you know, the business and what it was about. And it's cool because you kind of realize, like, how do other network marketers do it? I would not be able to do it. This is the only company I would work for. This is the only product that I would represent. You know, if you really do look into our company, it has great values, and it kind of just, like, felt right. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And you know, having uplines does help, but in the end, it's like, it just, you want to do it because other people do believe in you. And if you have good leaders, they can take you all the way, and they can, you know, pass off the baton. It's been an experience that was great because I chose to do it. You know, my mom didn't buy my machine. You know, I chose to join this company, and I think that's what I really love about prospecting too, and getting friends on board. It's like, you can do this. Anybody can do this. You know, Cynthia Brigante can do it. I mean, I know a lot of people say, if I can do it, you can do it. But seriously, right. If you were to know me before, I've become a new person, and it's cool. It's like, yeah. So I love my company. I can talk about it for days.
Yeah, we all love it.
Well, that's beautiful. So this company's offered you a whole lot, even you the opportunity to be the best you.
Yeah, exactly. And my friends knew me too before, like a year. Well, actually, I got my machine in November, so it hasn't been a year, and they're like, "You're so different," and that actually brought a bunch of them back on board just for that reason. And I can see that in other people too. Maybe they can't see it yet, but it's there, and you just got to pull it out of them. You know, a lot of my friends that are wives now that have kids, you know, they're like, I love my kids, you know, but I want to feel a purpose. I want to do something every day. And they don't necessarily want to go back to work, because going back to work, you're obligated to some other company, somebody else. And they're like, I want a purpose again. Like, help me find my purpose. And that's my favorite part, is helping people find what was in there all along.
I love that. For those of you watching, she's a prime example. When you have this good news to share with people, the awakening process happens. Mm-hmm. You get excited when you can tell them what is possible for them in their life. They become awakened to, wow, can I really be that? Can I really have my dreams? Oh my goodness. And then look out, it has an impact. When someone has that awakening, it's going to impact them. Then it's going to impact you and all your friends. It's going to impact your family, then your community, then your society, and then on global. And that's just gorgeous. I love to see it. Thank you for being that example for us tonight.
Yeah, indeed. And you're just going to have a great life. You're already set. You know, it won't be long. You'll be super rich and enjoying your lifestyle, Enagic Kangen lifestyle, and everybody's going to wonder what you're doing.
Yeah. What about you guys? What do you like about our company, and why did you pick our company?
Well,
I got a different story, but Todd, go ahead and share.
Well, you want to share yours? I can share mine either way.
I'll just say real quick, it started with the water. I bought the machine. All these amazing, you talked about, Dillon talked about nothing to chance, synchronicities. You know, I've always been the type of person that wanted to help people, help change their lives, help them succeed, help them. I just love to help people do things, awesome, amazing things. And the water, I had no idea EWS or MKP was my Kangen Power back in the day was going to be born. And you know, we knew some of the top leaders that were trying to market this thing. It was all in Japanese at the time, and they needed websites, they needed marketing, and we worked with them in some previous projects, and it just birthed from there. You know, it was really something that really hit our hearts. Daryl and I, who's on the chat room here tonight. Hello, Daryl in Costa Rica. It it was kind of a no-brainer right off the bat. I mean, I was jugging around the 5-gallon, the big water jugs down to the health food store every day, and I got tired of doing that. And as soon as somebody said, this is amazing technology and it's alkaline water and it's good for you, I was like, let's do it. Got a machine, the rest is history. And we started developing tools.
Yeah, I was a lot the same way. I was one of those guys that was committed to buying a machine and was ready to get one before I'd ever seen
like that. Yeah.
Before I'd ever seen a machine, before I'd ever even seen a demo, a presentation, or anything, I was just already on a search for the best drinking water out there. When I heard this came up, I'm like, I want one. I didn't even care what the price was. That's the way I was. Obviously, the rest of the world wasn't that way. But then after that, I got my machine. I wasn't even interested in the business. I wasn't even trying to entertain that. I was just wanting the best drinking water. But I'll tell you what got me even more interested in the business was what really did it for me in the beginning was the two Michaels. Okay, we have Michael Canet and Michael Maxwell.
Oh yeah.
These were the inspiration kings in my early day. And Michael Canet, I loved him and the way he presented. I had long hair at the time, and I wanted to be just like him. I loved Michael Canet and Kalen and what they do and what they're up to and their contribution to this company.
Awesome people.
Floors me. They used to call me the Burnett Michael Canet. And and then I met this guy by the name of Michael Maxwell on stage.
Oh boy, yeah, he'll blow your hair back.
I said, man,
he blew my hair off when I met him. Man.
I want to be tight with that cat one day. That's one of my dreams. Got to sit next to him in Okinawa 3 years ago, and me and him are dear friends to this day. So what happened to me, this has been an evolving process, but my passion level for the product itself was off the Richter scale. Okay? Unfortunately, with me leading with that passion of just the product, I didn't get the whole majority of the world enrolled. I was only getting the small minority to actually take hold of this and make the purchase, and even a smaller minority to go into the business. So it bothered me for a few years. What is wrong with you people? Can't you see what I'm sharing? Did you not just see this presentation? Did you not see this demo? Why don't you want to get? I wanted one before I even saw this demo, So the shift that I made was from making just Kangen water the whole point. Now I've made people the point, and I've started to enroll way more of the majority, offering them their life about it. So now I try to teach people, show them how to make money versus just asking them to spend it. And I've made the shift, making people the point in their lives, finding out what it is that they want. We got True Health here, healthy mind, body, healthy, and finances. What do you need? What would you want? I can talk to you about all three. So, and then the authenticity that you're simply carrying here, people can smell that a mile away. And I used to be so nervous in the beginning that I wasn't real, and so it's been ever evolving, and it just gets better. It's still evolving. It gets better every day.
Yeah. What do you think the hardest part about the learning process was for you to get into stop selling the product and then do the opportunity?
Well, it was all about just I would do an amazing demo, and I could get everyone to say, yeah, I want this. And then the price would come up, and 90% of the hands would go down. So when I was leading with the water to some house and whatever, the client was only hearing me. All they would hear me say is, when are you going to spend this money? When now I start with the opportunity and what's possible for them in their life, and all they hear me show them now is, I'm going to show you how to make some money. This ain't going to cost you anything. So it's a complete paradigm shift now.
Yeah.
And I enroll them in their life and what they can get out of their life, what they need first. Some people don't want to buy a water machine, but they'd love a new car, or they'd love to make an extra $10,000 a month. I show them that's possible. And then the good news is that we have the best life-giving product that comes along with your new life system. You'll have the best water system along with it. Doing it that way, I've enrolled a handful of people that never would have bought the machine. They wanted the opportunity, and all got the water and ended up loving it later. So now I'm enrolling more of the majority by offering all three of the True Health. When I originally was only just hitting on healthy body, and people could only hear me say, I'm needing you to spend some money. Now I'm going to show them how to make it. And for people that say, well, I'm not interested in the money, well, they just lied to themselves. They just lied to you, because the pants they're wearing cost money. The sandwich they had for lunch cost money. The gas in their car cost money. Why they got 3 jobs? So you need money, and it's okay to say I deserve to have healthy finances. We in society, we've been conditioned to making a living versus making a life. So do you want to work the rest of your life after trying to get some money through a JOB, or do you just want to go ahead and get that put on a 1 to 3 year business plan through Enagic to get that settled in your life, so you can be up to living life powerfully in a life you love without limitation? This is on the menu now. I never offered that before.
I love the way you put things, bro.
I'm enrolling a lot more people because I've upped the menu and what's available.
Here.
We are in an awesome position, aren't we, guys? How wonderful is life, you know? I love that I get to work with Enagic Corporate, and I get to create tools and help you guys promote your businesses. And I spend my day every day helping you succeed, and that's really what I love to do. So, you know, it's so good to have you guys on here. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight, but it's been a real honor. And, of course, shout out to Kalen and, of course, Dillon, who had to go, or, you know, Kalen fell off, but she's actually doing a demo or something right now. She sent me a picture of the room she's got over there, so they're having fun. But yeah, it was a pleasure to have you on here, Jilly, as well, and keep us posted on your progress and how you're doing. I can't wait to have you on here again when you go 6A and 6A2 and beyond.
Yeah, seriously, I'll be there soon.
Yeah, congratulations to you and your successes, and stay in touch with me on Facebook. Let me know how things are going. I think Dillon and I are going to end up being good friends here. I love the guy. I think he's awesome, so we'll be in touch. Possibly even see you guys out there sometime in Newport Beach.
Sure. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great night. Thanks for coming. Todd, thank you, bro. It's always a pleasure to have you with me here. And did you want to add something?
So 2 things in closing.
Sure.
One, I wish we would have got Kalen back on here, but I don't know if she's aware of this, but all day this Saturday I'm training in her town in Covington, Louisiana, at the Staybridge Suites in Covington, the Holiday 140 Holiday Boulevard, and that's going to be in Covington this Saturday. And her team, I'd love to see her. And then there, it's from 9 to 2 o'clock, and so that's happening this weekend. So I wanted to mention that too. If any of her people are in Covington, Louisiana, and want to get united with this awesome business training that I'm going to be hosting this weekend, you should know about that. Second of all, for all of you listeners out there that do not have an EWS website, I'm telling you, you're going to want to get one immediately for the awesome things that we have coming down the pike and the system that Eric is creating to massively multiply what you can do with your own 2 hands. You can only meet so many people for coffee one-on-one during the day. He's creating a system now that you're going to be able to plug multiple people in, even way outside your demographic here. So if you don't have an EWS website, go ahead and jump on one as being the best leader for you and your people and your team. So that's something I definitely want to stress.
I'm glad to hear that you're excited. I know that I am, and working around the clock to make these things happen. Todd, you made me blush. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Todd and I are going to be working together on the True Health webinar. We're going to be bringing you this. I'm actually moving. So what's happening right now is I've got my studio set up. As you can see, I've got these new toys I'm learning and playing, and I've got a whole thing going here. I'll be moving my studio to my new office here pretty soon. So I just need a few more weeks, and we're going to be ready to launch this thing. It's powerful. We have been working on it every single day. We will be launching the True Health webinar for prospects. These webinars will continue. I think it's important for us to get together and share success and information with each other, and, of course, encourage each other. That's what it's all about. We make it happen together. So stay tuned for all of those details, and you know, we're very, very excited to bring this forward for all of you guys. So again, thank you, Todd. Thank you, Jilly. Thank you, Dillon. Thank you, Kalen. We love you guys. You might be listening now. Hope you guys are having a good demo. Thank you, everyone out there, for coming. If there's anything I do for you, reach out for me either on Facebook or via email or chat. I'm always here to help you. That's what I love to do, and then I'm always here. So just reach out to me. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, bro. Bye now. Bye.
Drink Kangen. makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5. Kangen is the water I drink. Kangen makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5.
Yeah. I don't want wrinkles. I want to keep my skin tight. I'm so acidic, so I better get my body right. Free radicals attacking blood cells on sight. But with Kangen, I know I'm gonna win this fight. That's right. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. With Kangen, I'ma win this fight. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. With Kangen, I'ma win this fight.
Kangen is the water I drink. Kangen makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5.
Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, I'll start my day with Kangen. I'll drink half my body weight in ounces with Kangen. I brought in so much acid, now I'm paying the price. So if I change my water, I believe I'll change my life. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. With Kangen, I'ma win this fight. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. With Kangen, I'ma win this fight. Yo, when a body is acidic, it creates a welcoming environment for viruses and bacteria to come in and begin to flourish. If a person doesn't do anything about changing the acidic state of the body, the situation can get worse. Viruses and bacteria can mutate into serious illness.
Kangen is the water I drink. Kangen makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5. Kangen is the water I drink. Kangen makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5.
Yo, now I need everybody's participation. I need you all to get up out your seats. You, everybody, get up out your seats. We're gonna find out who are our haves and who are our have-nots. Now answer me this. If you have a ST501, let me hear you scream, I got one, I got one. What, I got one. What, if you had the ST501, let me hear you scream, I got one, I got one. What, I got one. What, if you want a ST501, let me hear you scream, I need one, I need one. What, I need one. What, if you want a ST501, let me hear you scream, I need one, I need one. What, I need one. What?
Kangen is the water I drink. Kangen makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5.
Yeah.
Kangen is the water I drink. Kangen makes me feel alive. Kangen has a pH level of 9.5.